Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Emergent series. So far, we've just seen how do we give a simple prompt and how do we ask it to make some changes. In today's video, let's see what are playbooks, how do we save any code that we have created into GitHub, and something more. So let's continue the process of bringing our ideas live. So when you come back to Emergent, if you have not used it for some time, then you should be able to see something like this, right? Wake up the agent. Okay, so we'll just have to click on wake up agent. Okay, and this can happen on your preview screen as well, right? You can see here wake up server. So you just have to click that and then it wakes it up and it should be ready for us to take it further. And there you go. The agent is now waiting for our instructions and we can see the tasks over here. We'll go here, refresh the screen, and we should be able to see the same thing. Now, behind the scenes, I also implemented the drag and drop feature. So let me quickly show you what was given and what happened. So you can see here, this is where we stopped in the previous video. And I just gave a very simple prompt. Can you change the status change via drag and drop instead of clicks? Now you can see here, it showed us or it messaged us saying, I will add drag and drop functionality to move tasks between columns. Let me first check if we have a drag and drop library installed, right? And then it says, let me install the DND, which is drag and drop kit library for drag and drop functionality. Okay, great. Now let me update the task manager and task card components to implement drag and drop. One single prompt and it has got the functionality done. You can see here, there is no other message that I sent or anything of that sort, right? It's all done by the agent on Emergent. Okay, it also tested it, as we can see here. It has given us a screenshot. Now let's understand what playbooks are. Now, Emergent has something called playbooks. When we ask it to do something, the team behind has told for these particular kind of tasks, you can use these playbooks. Okay, let's say for example, now we are directly getting into tasks. When we load this page, we want people to be logging in and only then be able to see this. So I'm going to ask, can you please implement the task management behind a login screen? Also allow login bar register using Google Sign In. Okay, now let's see what Emergent does. So it says processing new next steps, and let's see what is the first thing that it does. You can see here, it says, I'll implement authentication for your task manager with Google Sign In. Let me clarify which approach you would prefer, right? It shows us two options. Emergent authentication recommended. Option 2 is custom JWT based auth. Okay, so here pre-built Google OAuth integration, fast implementation, managed authentication services, no need for Google OAuth credential setup. Okay, the second one, full control over authentication flow, custom JWT token management, requires Google OAuth client ID secret setup, more customizations option. Which option would you like to proceed with, right? So anything that we ask it to, if it has a playbook, then it checks what is the playbook and then shows us those questions so that it can understand what are we looking for. In this particular option, the option 1, Emergent has got their own Google OAuth integration, which means the client ID and client secret used here will be of their own. In this particular thing, we have to go to Google Cloud Console. We have to create our project. We have to get our client ID, client secret, and share it with the agent. So for now, I'm going to go ahead with option 1. While this is pending, let's go to step 1 because we have seen something similar happening even there, right? I'll help you build a Notion style task manager. Before I start, let me clarify a few requirements to ensure I build exactly what you need. And these were the questions that it asked us, right? So based on the answer that we have given, it started building the flow. Now let's come back and you can see here, perfect. Let me get the integration playbook for Emergent authentication. So this is explained in the playbook as to how it needs to be done. Okay, it reads the document and implements accordingly. Like we can see here, perfect. Let me first save the testing playbook and then implement the authentication. So here is where the code is getting updated based on what we asked for and based on what is mentioned in the playbook. If it does not have the playbook for whatever we are looking for, then it will start implementing basis its know-how. So now let me implement the complete authentication system with Google Sign-in. I'll update both backend and frontend. Okay, so it created two files, server.py and requirements.txt. Processing next step. And there you go. It shows us uncaught runtime error. Okay, use navigate may be used only in the context of router. Okay, let's wait and see what happens next. Even if we go here and refresh this page, yeah, you saw that error came in, right? Now let's just wait. Most often it'll already see that there is some error and it'll fix it. Okay, let's see what it is doing in this case. So you can see here, good, backend is running now. Let me check frontend, screenshot. You can see here, it says the page is blank. Let me check the console logs. Okay, the issue is that auth provider is using use navigate, but it's outside the browser router. Let me fix this. Okay, so it's actually going ahead and making some changes, okay, based on whatever it has seen in the preview mode. All we had to do in this particular case was just give that one single prompt, which is, can you please implement the task management behind the login screen? Also allow people to log in, register using Google Sign-in, right? Very simple statements. Don't dump it with all the things that you need. Go one step at a time and it'll do a better job. You can see here, task manager, organize your tasks efficiently. Welcome back. Go continue with Google. Okay. It also gives you what are the things that it has covered, right? So great progress. The login page now includes task manager logo and title, welcome back heading, Google sign-in button with Google logo, terms of service notice, and so on and so forth. Okay, features implemented, login page, Google Auth, session management, protected routes, user isolation, user menu, auto redirect, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's refresh this page and there you go. I'll go over here in the preview screen and refreshes. I'll click on continue with Google. Let's see what happens. Okay, so log in to Notepod 19. That's the name that it has given for our project. I will click on continue with Google. It'll ask me which account do I want to use. I'll use this particular one. It'll ask me if I am ready to share my name and profile picture, email address to the app. I'll click on continue and that's all done, right? So I click on create new task, mind first task. Let's say design. Hi, this is to do, pick a date. Let's say 4th of December, create task. Fail to create task. Okay. Now, this is good. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and tell that I was able to register using my Google account. However, after I logged in, when I tried to create my first task, it failed. Okay. And all we got was, let me just create once more. My first task, leave everything as is, 4th of December, failed to create task. Shows failed to create. Now give this in detail so that AI understands what actually went wrong. Instead of us just telling it didn't work, this kind of detailed prompt will help. Let's see what happens. A lot of times we are in hurry. We tend to just tell, oh, it's not working, what did you do, and so on and so forth, right? But that will eat up a lot of our time and also credits on the platform. Instead, if we can explain what exactly did we try to do and what did we find, it will be able to get the solution faster. So let's see if this works here. So you can see here, I can see the issue. The API calls are returning 401 unauthorized. The problem is that the cookies aren't being sent with requests or the authentication check is failing. Let me check if there is a course issue with credentials. Let me also verify the course settings. Okay. So because I gave it in detail, it has understood what exactly went wrong. Let's see if it is able to fix this issue. Yeah, you can see here, the issue is that course origin is set to start, which doesn't allow credentials. Let me fix the course configurations. So it has done some changes. Now let me restart the backend. Okay, good, backend is running. Now let me test by creating a test user and session in MongoDB to verify the authentication flow works. And you can see here, it confirms that the authentication is working. It's correctly returning 401 for invalid token. The issue is likely that after Google OAuth, the session cookie isn't being set properly or the frontend isn't sending it. Let me check if there's an issue with a cookie path or domain. Let me update the cookie settings in the backend to be more permissive. Let's wait and watch what it is doing. So you can see here, good, the session was created. Let me check if the user exists. Perfect, the user and session are in the database. The issue is that the cookie might not be getting sent from the frontend. Let me test the authentication with the actual session token. Now, because we have given detailed prompt, okay, as to what did we try to do and what did we observe, it is able to understand that and get going with fixing that issue. So now you can see that authentication is now working and it is testing, creating a new task. So it will just update us whether this worked fine for AI or not. And you can see here, the task has got created. It has taken a screenshot as a reference for us. And now it should end by saying it's all working fine. So let's wait. Okay, there you go. We heard that beep sound. I'm going to refresh this just to be careful. And this is the task that this particular agent created. Let's quickly check that. I'm opening it, test task, right? That's the one this created. Let me try creating a new one now. This is my task. I'll keep everything as is. I'll go to 4th of December, the same day, create task. And there you go. This is my task. I can drag it and drop it over here. I can drag it and drop it here. Perfect, right? One last thing before we end today's session is save to GitHub. What this does is any code that you have generated using the platform can be saved on GitHub so that if there is any issue that arises and if the AI is not able to fix that issue, you will always be able to revert back to the previous stable version. So once you see that there is a stable version, please save it to GitHub. Okay. And for that, we will have to be in the paid plan. Okay. So I'll show you how this entire thing works from another account where we have a paid plan. Now here, we are on the paid plan. Okay. As we can see here, we are on the pro mode. Okay. And I'll click on save to GitHub and it'll ask us, where do you want to save? If you want to connect, you can add your new GitHub organization here. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. And you can create your branches here. Okay. You can select the repo from here. If you want to create, you can create a new repo from here. Let's call this as, and we can create the branch. Click on create and push to GitHub. Okay, now this is created. Click on got it. And this is now available on GitHub. Let me quickly show you that. So you can see here, demo GitHub is something that we just created and all the code is available over here. That's all for today. In tomorrow's video, let's see what are the options that we get when we go into paid plans. So stay tuned because we are going to get your ideas to life. As always, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. If you have been enjoying this series, then tag along your friends or colleagues, bring them on board and do it together so that you all learn and grow together. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.